Joe Rogan is a modern-day Renaissance man, a multifaceted personality who has left an indelible mark on the worlds of comedy, podcasting, martial arts, and popular culture. From his humble beginnings as a stand-up comedian in Boston to his current status as one of the most influential figures in the media landscape, Rogan's journey has been nothing short of remarkable. Born on August 11, 1967, in Newark, New Jersey, Rogan grew up in a working-class family, the son of a police officer and a stay-at-home mom. Despite facing challenges early in life, including his parents' divorce when he was just 7 years old, Rogan found solace in martial arts and comedy, two passions that would shape the course of his life and career. As a teenager, Rogan began practicing Taekwondo, eventually earning a black belt in the discipline. He also discovered his talent for making people laugh.
What was going through my mind? I don't know what made me think about, my friend said, Mike, you can get some awesome animals. And I'm thinking, really? Are you serious?
Honing his skills at open mic nights and local comedy clubs. After high school, Rogan attended the University of Massachusetts, Boston, where he studied biology. But it soon became clear that his true calling lay in the world of entertainment. In 1988, at the age of 21, Rogan made the bold decision to move to New York City to pursue his dream of becoming a stand-up comedian.
Well, it's going pretty cool right now, but I gotta stop dating bimbos. It's like the biggest problem I have in my life right now. So I date too many bimbos. Bimbos are good to date every now and then because they're low maintenance, right?
It was a risky move, but one that would ultimately pay off in ways he could never have imagined. Over the next few years, Rogan quickly gained a reputation for his sharp wit, unapologetic style, and willingness to tackle controversial topics head-on. But Rogan's impact extends far beyond the realm of comedy. As the host of the massively popular Joe Rogan Experience podcast, he has interviewed a diverse array of guests, from scientists and philosophers to comedians and politicians.
And and I get they
Go 2 weeks. I'm like, mask or no mask? Still mask? All right, mask. That's all I give a fuck about.
So
Does anybody tell you no? Does anybody go?
His ability to engage in deep, meaningful discussions while maintaining a sense of humor has earned him a loyal following of millions of listeners worldwide.
He took his legs off 100%. Look how deep it went into the wall. That had some serious force behind it, man.
In this documentary-style video, we will explore the life and career of Joe Rogan, delving into the experiences and influences that have shaped him into the multifaceted individual he is today. From his early days in the comedy scene to his current status as a cultural icon, we will uncover the stories and insights that have made Joe Rogan one of the most fascinating and influential figures of our time. Early life and career. Joe Rogan's early life was marked by a sense of restlessness and a desire to explore the world beyond the confines of his hometown. As a child, he was known for his boundless energy and mischievous streak, often getting into trouble at school and with his parents. However, it was during these formative years that Rogan discovered two passions that would shape the course of his life: martial arts and comedy. At the age of 14, Rogan began practicing Taekwondo, a Korean martial art known for its emphasis on speed, agility, and precision. He quickly excelled in the sport, earning his black belt in just a few years. Rogan's dedication to Taekwondo not only honed his physical skills, but also instilled in him a sense of discipline, focus, and respect for others. In addition to his martial arts training, Rogan also discovered his talent for making people laugh. He began performing stand-up comedy at local open mic nights, quickly developing a reputation for his sharp wit and unapologetic style. Rogan's early comedy sets were often raw and unpolished, but they showcased a natural talent for storytelling and a willingness to push the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in the world of stand-up. After high school, Rogan attended the University of Massachusetts, Boston, where he studied biology. However, his passion for comedy never waned, and he continued to perform stand-up in the Boston area. In 1988, at the age of 21, Rogan made the bold decision to move to New York City to pursue his dream of becoming a professional comedian. It was in New York that Rogan's career began to take off. He quickly immersed himself in the city's vibrant comedy scene, performing at clubs like the Comedy Cellar and the Improv. Rogan's unique style and willingness to tackle controversial topics quickly earned him a loyal following among fellow comedians and audiences alike. In the early 1990s, Rogan's career took an unexpected turn when he landed a role on the popular sitcom News Radio. The show, which also starred Phil Hartman and Andy Dick, ran for 5 seasons and helped to introduce Rogan to a wider audience. During his time on News Radio, Rogan continued to perform stand-up comedy, honing his craft and developing a unique voice that set him apart from his peers. The rise of the Joe Rogan Experience. In 2009, Joe Rogan launched his podcast, The Joe Rogan Experience, at a time when the medium was still relatively new and unproven. Many were skeptical about the potential of podcasting, but Rogan saw it as an opportunity to engage in long-form conversations with fascinating individuals from all walks of life. From the beginning, Rogan's approach to podcasting was unique. He eschewed the traditional format of short scripted interviews in favor of lengthy, unstructured conversations that allowed his guests to delve deep into their areas of expertise.
This has been very interesting. We were up to 379. I want to thank you for tuning in. This is, we're going to do this much more often now that I have this set up.
Whether he was talking to a renowned scientist about the nature of consciousness,
this increase in complexity is inevitable, but like I said, it's not this straight march.
Or a famous comedian about the art of stand-up, Rogan always brought a sense of curiosity and genuine interest to the conversation. One of the key factors in the success of the Joe Rogan Experience was Rogan's ability to attract high-profile guests. As the podcast gained popularity, he began to interview individuals who had previously been reluctant to engage in long-form interviews. Rogan's reputation as a thoughtful, respectful interviewer who was willing to tackle complex topics head-on helped to break down barriers and attract guests who might have otherwise been hesitant to participate. Over the years, the Joe Rogan Experience has featured interviews with a wide range of guests, from politicians and activists to scientists and philosophers. Some of the most notable guests have included Bernie Sanders, Tulsi Gabbard, Neil deGrasse Tyson, Michio Kaku, Dave Chappelle, and Elon Musk. Each conversation was a unique exploration of the guest's experiences, ideas, and perspectives, and Rogan's ability to engage in substantive discussions while maintaining a sense of humor quickly became one of the hallmarks of the show. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Joe Rogan Experience is the way in which it has evolved over time. As Rogan has grown as a podcaster and as a person, the show has taken on new dimensions, exploring topics that were once considered taboo or off-limits. In recent years, Rogan has delved deeper into subjects like psychedelics, consciousness, and the nature of reality, interviewing experts in these fields and sharing his own experiences and insights with his listeners. Despite the success of the Joe Rogan Experience, Rogan has remained grounded and true to his roots. He continues to perform stand-up comedy, and his passion for martial arts and physical fitness remains a central part of his life. Rogan's ability to balance his various pursuits and maintain a sense of authenticity has been a key factor in his enduring popularity and influence. Martial arts and the UFC. Joe Rogan's passion for martial arts has been a constant throughout his life, shaping his worldview and approach to life in profound ways. As a teenager, he began practicing Taekwondo, a Korean martial art known for its emphasis on speed, agility, and precision. Rogan quickly excelled in the sport, earning his black belt in just a few years and developing a deep respect for the discipline and focus required to master the art. However, it wasn't until the late 1990s that Rogan discovered his true calling in the world of martial arts. While attending a UFC event in Denver, Colorado, Rogan was struck by the raw power and intensity of mixed martial arts. He began training in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, a grappling-based martial art that emphasizes ground fighting and submissions. Rogan's dedication to Jiu-Jitsu was unparalleled. He trained for hours every day, pushing himself to the limit and constantly seeking to improve his skills. Under the tutelage of Jean-Jacques Machado, A renowned jiu-jitsu master, Rogan quickly rose through the ranks, earning his black belt in 2012 after over a decade of intense training. Rogan's love for martial arts extended beyond his own personal practice. In 2002, he began working as a color commentator for the UFC, providing insightful analysis and commentary during some of the biggest fights in the sport's history. Rogan's deep knowledge of martial arts, combined with his ability to communicate complex techniques in an accessible way, quickly made him one of the most respected voices in the MMA community. Over the years, Rogan has used his platform to promote the benefits of martial arts and physical fitness. He has spoken extensively about the importance of discipline, focus, and humility in the martial arts.
I don't think anybody is, but I'm just a totally different human being. I remember it, but I remember it with humor. Like, I remember it and I laugh. I'm like, wow, I was so silly. I was so weird back then. And, with life experience and developing confidence and understanding of who you are and why you had those feelings and why you were insecure and why you had so much self-doubt.
And how these qualities can be applied to all aspects of life. Rogan has also been a vocal advocate for the UFC, helping to bring the sport into the mainstream and inspiring a new generation of fighters to pursue their dreams. One of the most fascinating aspects of Rogan's involvement in the UFC is the way in which it has intersected with his work as a podcaster. On the Joe Rogan Experience, he has interviewed numerous fighters, trainers, and experts in the field of MMA, delving deep into the psychology, training, and lifestyle of professional fighters.
I'm losing this cannabis. I'm gonna lose everything.
What if you go jogging? Can you go jogging?
Nah, I do my treadmill work and stuff.
Oh, okay, treadmill. That's it.
But if I start to think that I'm special, if I get a glimmer of that thing saying, hey, whoa,
Yeah.
look at you. You're better than them.
I saw a video you hitting the bag recently. It was like a couple years ago. You still hit the bag?
These conversations have provided listeners with a unique behind-the-scenes look at the world of mixed martial arts and have helped to cement Rogan's reputation as a knowledgeable and insightful commentator on all things related to combat sports, psychedelics, and consciousness. One of the most fascinating aspects of Joe Rogan's worldview is his interest in psychedelics and their potential to expand human consciousness. Rogan has long been a proponent of the responsible use of substances like psilocybin mushrooms and DMT, and he has used his platform to explore the scientific and philosophical implications of these substances.
I want to talk to you about psychedelics because when did you first do them?
When I was 30.
When you were 30.
Well, actually, I think I was a little younger. No. Yeah. When I was 30, I started smoking pot, and then psychedelics came after that.
Throughout his podcast, Rogan has interviewed numerous experts in the field of psychedelics, including scientists, researchers, and authors. He has discussed the potential therapeutic benefits of these substances in treating conditions like depression, anxiety, and addiction, as well as their ability to induce profound spiritual and mystical experiences.
Who was that again, Jimmy? It's a very famous story of a guy who he made a mistake and got just too high. And it didn't wear off, and he went to the game. Here it is, Doc Ellis.
Yeah.
He took acid and pitched a no-hitter. Yeah. So like, don't get his ball when he was on acid, which sounds so crazy.
That's exactly it.
Rogan's interest in psychedelics is not merely academic. He has also spoken openly about his own experiences with these substances. He has described how psychedelics have helped him gain a deeper understanding of himself and the world around him, and how they have inspired him to pursue a path of personal growth and self-discovery. One of the most fascinating aspects of Rogan's exploration of psychedelics is the way in which it has intersected with his interest in martial arts and physical fitness.
There's a similar result with psilocybin in the game of pool, pocket players.
Right.
You have more feel, and you know where the ball is going more.
Right.
And
he has spoken about how the insights he has gained from his psychedelic experiences have helped him to become a better martial artist and a more mindful individual. However, Rogan's advocacy for psychedelics has not been without controversy. Some have criticized him for promoting the use of illegal substances, while others have accused him of oversimplifying the complex issues surrounding these substances.
The human mind barely works
as it is. Barely. You ever see a book of optical illusions?
Mm-hmm.
No one doesn't love a good book of optical illusions. And you turn the page, oh, what is that? Oh, is it in the page, out of the page? Is the line longer? Is it shorter? And you'd scratch in your head. These are simple line drawings that confound the human mind's ability to interpret.
Nonetheless, Rogan remains committed to exploring the potential of psychedelics and their role in expanding human consciousness. One of the most interesting aspects of Rogan's exploration of psychedelics is the way in which it has influenced his political views. While he has been critical of both the Democratic and Republican parties, Rogan has expressed support for certain progressive policies, particularly when it comes to criminal justice reform and the legalization of drugs. In recent years, Rogan has also become increasingly interested in the potential of psychedelics to treat mental health issues like depression and anxiety. He has interviewed numerous experts in the field of psychedelic-assisted therapy and has expressed hope that these substances will one day be legalized for medical use. Despite the controversies and criticisms, Rogan's exploration of psychedelics remains an integral part of his worldview and his approach to life. He continues to use his platform to educate and inform his listeners about the potential benefits and risks of these substances, and to advocate for a more open and honest dialogue about the role of psychedelics in modern society. Social commentary and controversies. Throughout his career, Joe Rogan has never shied away from tackling controversial topics or expressing his own opinions on social and political issues. Whether he is discussing the merits of alternative medicine or weighing in on the latest political scandal, Rogan brings a unique perspective to the conversation. One of the most notable aspects of Rogan's approach to social commentary is his willingness to engage with individuals from across the political spectrum. He has hosted guests with a wide range of political views, from progressive activists to conservative pundits, and has always strived to maintain an open and respectful dialogue. However, Rogan's refusal to conform to political correctness has also landed him in hot water on several occasions. In 2022, he faced backlash for his comments about the COVID-19 pandemic and the efficacy of vaccines, with some critics accusing him of spreading misinformation. Rogan has also been criticized for his use of racial slurs in past podcast episodes, which he later apologized for.
I'm making this video to talk about the most regretful and shameful thing that I've ever had to talk about publicly. There's a video that's out that's a compilation of me saying the N-word. My sincere and humble apologies. I wish there was more that I could say, but all of this is just me talking from the bottom of my heart. It makes me sick watching that video.
Despite these controversies, Rogan remains committed to engaging in honest, open dialogue and challenging the status quo. He has used his platform to shine a light on important issues like mental health, addiction, and social justice, and has inspired his listeners to think critically about the world around them. One of the most fascinating aspects of Rogan's social commentary is the way in which it has evolved over time. As he has grown as a podcaster and as a person, his views on certain issues have shifted and changed. For example, in recent years, Rogan has become increasingly critical of the Democratic Party, particularly when it comes to issues like free speech and cancel culture. However, Rogan's criticism of the left has not made him a darling of the right. He has also been critical of certain conservative policies, particularly when it comes to issues like climate change and environmental protection. Rogan's political views are complex and nuanced, and he has resisted attempts to pigeonhole him into any particular ideological camp. Despite the controversies and criticisms, Rogan's commitment to honest, open dialogue remains steadfast. He continues to use his platform to challenge the status quo and to inspire his listeners to think critically about the world around them. Whether he is discussing the merits of alternative medicine or weighing in on the latest political scandal, Rogan brings a unique perspective to the conversation that is always thought-provoking and engaging. The business of Joe Rogan. In addition to his work as a podcaster, comedian, and martial arts commentator, Joe Rogan has also built a successful business empire. Over the years, he has leveraged his fame and influence to launch a variety of entrepreneurial ventures, ranging from fitness supplements to virtual reality experiences. One of Rogan's most successful business ventures is his line of dietary supplements called the Joe Rogan Experience supplements. Launched in partnership with Onnit, a health and fitness company, the supplements are designed to support overall health and wellness, with a focus on cognitive function, physical performance, and stress management. The Joe Rogan Experience supplements have been a major success, generating millions of dollars in revenue and helping to cement Rogan's reputation as a trusted voice in the world of health and fitness. The line includes a variety of products, including nootropics, adaptogens, and protein powders, all of which are designed to help individuals optimize their mental and physical performance. In addition to his supplement line, Rogan has also invested in a number of other business ventures, including a virtual reality company called VR Studios. Founded in 2016, VR Studios develops immersive virtual reality experiences for a variety of applications, including entertainment, education, and training. Rogan's involvement with VR Studios has allowed him to explore his interest in cutting-edge technology and its potential to transform the way we experience the world around us.
Going to be here.
Wow. That's how far away are we from that?
So a lot of it depends on kind of company plans where we don't have people pester us about the technical hooks for things like this. And the people that are doing it themselves, like The Void, they put their own tracking technology on top of it because ours isn't set up publicly in a way that they can do that. So
he has used his platform to promote the benefits of virtual reality and has even featured some of the company's experiences on his podcast. One of the most fascinating aspects of Rogan's business ventures is the way in which they intersect with his other pursuits. For example, his line of dietary supplements is closely tied to his interest in physical fitness and martial arts, while his involvement with VR Studios reflects his curiosity about the future of technology and its impact on society. Despite his success as an entrepreneur, Rogan has remained grounded and true to his roots. He continues to prioritize his work as a podcaster, comedian, and martial arts commentator, and has used his business ventures as a way to support and amplify these other aspects of his career. In many ways, Rogan's business ventures are a reflection of his broader approach to life and work. He is constantly seeking new challenges and opportunities to grow and learn, and is not afraid to take risks or try new things. Whether he is launching a new product line or exploring the frontiers of virtual reality, Rogan brings the same sense of curiosity, passion, and dedication that has defined his career from the very beginning. Influence and legacy. Joe Rogan's impact on popular culture and the media landscape cannot be overstated. As the host of one of the most popular podcasts in the world, he has single-handedly transformed the way we consume and engage with media. Rogan's ability to attract high-profile guests and engage in substantive, long-form conversations has inspired a new generation of podcasters to follow in his footsteps. His success has also helped to legitimize the podcast format as a serious medium for journalism, entertainment, and intellectual discourse. Beyond his work in podcasting, Rogan has also left an indelible mark on the world of comedy. His unapologetic style and willingness to tackle controversial topics have inspired a new generation of comedians to push the boundaries of what is acceptable in stand-up. Perhaps most importantly, Rogan's influence can be seen in the way he has inspired his listeners to think critically about the world around them. Through his podcast, he has exposed his audience to a wide range of ideas and perspectives, encouraging them to engage in their own personal growth and self-discovery. As Joe Rogan continues to evolve and grow as a public figure, it is clear that his legacy will be one of a true cultural icon, a man who has used his platform to challenge the status quo, inspire critical thinking, and push the boundaries of what is possible in the world of media and entertainment. Joe Rogan's journey from a stand-up comedian to one of the most influential figures in the media landscape is a testament to the power of passion, perseverance, and a relentless pursuit of knowledge. Through his podcast, his advocacy for martial arts and physical fitness, and his exploration of psychedelics and consciousness, Rogan has inspired millions of listeners to think differently about the world around them. While Rogan's approach to social commentary and his willingness to engage with controversial topics have earned him both praise and criticism, his commitment to honest, open dialogue remains steadfast. He has used his platform to shine a light on important issues and to challenge the status quo, inspiring his listeners to engage in their own personal growth and self-discovery. As we look to the future, it is clear that Joe Rogan's influence will continue to shape the media landscape and popular culture for years to come. Whether he is hosting his podcast, commentating on UFC fights, or taking the stage as a stand-up comedian, Rogan will undoubtedly continue to push boundaries and challenge the status quo, inspiring his listeners to think differently and to embrace the power of curiosity and open-mindedness.